And welcome back to RealAg Radio. We're going to finish up the Farmer Rapid Fire here today, brought to you by Corteva Crop Protection. We're talking to Linda Hinz, who obviously is with Corteva. Linda, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
How are things going in Saskatchewan?
Well, it's sunny. It's go time for some guys already in the field. Others are, getting close to starting. So it's busy.
Yeah, like our very random selection today of some farmers across the country. Everybody seems to be about 3 days in. That seems to be we're just kind of getting going here this week.
Yeah, I would say that for this area, that's, well ahead. Nobody really is, I've driven about an hour and a half and nobody was in the field this morning. So I expect next week we'll get a lot of stuff going.
Yeah, what are you hearing from a lot of your customers?
Guys are starting to see some stuff growing, and so I'm getting some questions on pre-seed and should I bother burning off, etc. And obviously from my perspective, a weed-free start is the best way to get your crop off. So yes, please do get out there, have a look, and plan to do your pre-seed.
But be paying attention to those nighttime temperatures, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Pre-seed's a little bit less or a little bit more forgiving, but at the same time we need to be understanding we're trying to kill something that's alive, and if it's had to survive some hard frosts, then that's a bigger concern. But I think going forward guys are going to be able to just put her down and keep going.
Yeah, so for the growers that are asking about that question, should I go do, I see some weeds out there, should I do a pre-burn? Um, why would they not? Are they thinking that depending on the width of their opener, they're going to be able to till up some of those weeds, or like what are they trying to get away with?
Well, I think sometimes it's just, do I have enough manpower to do everything I want?
Uh,
You know, can I get back to it in a timely fashion? I think that's more so what plays into it. I don't think many guys are looking at their opener as their way to manage their weeds. In some cases, it might be, I don't know if I want to mess around with pumps and potential cooler nights, etc. But, certainly what I would say, it, of all the years that guys have, you know, at the beginning, it's always a hard decision. Should I go or should I not? But generally, customers who have made the decision to bypass that end up regretting that decision, because oftentimes then, now you're dealing with bigger weeds when you get into your in crop spraying. And so, what you may have saved in your mind at first
yeah.
is offset with bigger weeds in your crop when you get into your in crop spraying. And so you don't have the flexibility to wait as long.
I have a saying for that. It's my dad's saying, and I talk about I use it in a different context during my speeches, but it's save a nickel to spend a dollar. That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Isn't that the truth? That is so true. Or, the road to somewhere is paved with good intentions.
yeah,
You
there's that too. There is that as well. We're doing this via video, and it looks like there's no snow. That's cleared up. Weather is
yeah,
beautiful blue sky behind you.
yeah. I'm in Saskatoon actually right now and just picking up some seed for some of our trial plots. So, yeah, it's beautiful here today.
Hmm.
Even the wind is cooperating, which is unusual for Saskatchewan in April.
Well, as somebody from Lethbridge, I'm fully aware of when you get those non-windy days, how much you very much appreciate them indeed. One of the things that we've been asking some of the growers about today is kind of their plan of attack from a pace perspective, right? The calendar's flipped to May. It's kind of like this is where people go like, oh, now we got to go. We're no longer early like we felt like we were a week ago in April. And so just managing that pace. And of course, some of this comes back to something like safety and, paying attention. You still got to get your sleep and obviously there's the road safety stuff and moving equipment. You got to keep your wits about you at this time of the year, especially even though you're trying to get a lot done with maybe a lack of people resources.
Absolutely. Like, you know, obviously the people and the people who work with you and are on the farm with you can't be replaced. And, safety is everything. And as much as it's easy to say, it's sometimes hard to put into practice, especially when you're getting those long hours, etc.
Mm.
So absolutely slow down. And for, people like myself who are on the roads, not with equipment, we need to be mindful of how hard it is to see things around. So, we just came through in starting our summer students off. And that was one of the things we really tried to impress upon them is the importance to, give way to equipment and so forth on fields or roads.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Linda, I'll let you get back at it. I know you're busy
Thank you.
here picking up seed and getting demo plots ready and all that kind of fun stuff. So really, really appreciate it. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks so much. Have a good day.